Hello, crafty friends. I am so excited about this project share that I'm going to share with you. It is for a Halloween swap that Julie is hosting. I'll link her channel down below in the description box. So I have a few things to share. The main thing is we had to take a wood veneer piece and transform it, and then of course add the other requirements that were required. I can't remember everything right off the top of my head, but I'm going to share with you what I did. First, I'm not going to open this one, but this, we had to do a sweet treat and a store-bought item. So I bought this sweet little pumpkin glass dish and put some candy in there and added all of these sweet little trims. And then for her card, I didn't want to make a card for this one, so instead I made this little ghost and clipped him on the front and put glasses on him because he looks like a nerdy crafter, and added some sweet little what are they called, sequins. And then I made this sign out of popsicle sticks, and I put some holes in it and some scissors again because I was trying to do the whole nerdy crafter theme. And I added a little pearl hanging off of it. I distressed inked the little sign that he has, and I love the way it turned out. So I put her little note and my information on this little piece of paper here and just clipped it on with this paper clip. Not paper clip. Is that a paper clip? No, not a paper clip. Clothespin. Gosh, where is my brain today? And then next, for the host, she didn't want us to make two of everything, so I'm going to show y'all what I made her. So I made her this little ghost. It has her name on him. He's holding it. And then for her card, I made this little guy here. I had cut him out last year. So I had him in my Halloween item stash and trying to utilize that stuff so I just don't have a bunch of extra cutout paper in my holiday stuff. So I used him and I put this little brad through him and added just this little button from Hobby Lobby and a little spider web charm. I thought he turned out cute. I thought he was fun. And then I made her a notebook. I'm not going to open this one either. I made one of those little notebooks so she could just peel the paper off as she needs it. And I wanted to make a Halloween theme, so I used this back paper that I think was from Joann's last year. And I used this fun pom-pom trim across the top, and I did a very subtle little shaker in the middle, the little frame, and this little green skeleton. I colored him gold to kind of change his color and not make him so bright, and then stuck some little seed beads in his eyeballs. So I made her that, and then of course y'all know I love my clay stuff, and I love making people clay stuff. So I made her, I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me open it. Because it's cute. I like to make apples of all sorts, not just Halloween. So I made her this guy here. I just put some fun little sprinkles along the bottom. I did some icing and some other sprinkles. I made this little chocolate bar and little candy piece, and then popped on a candy corn and spider. And now that I'm looking at it, hold on y'all, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna add something else to it real quick. This video is gonna be 100 hours long if I don't hurry up, but I will try to see the main part, so even if you fast forward through it. But I just want to do this real fast because I don't edit my videos. I just do them and call it that. So I'll put the little bow at the top. That's cute. So I made that for her. I'm gonna put it over here so it can dry. And then the main part that I'm so excited about, that was so much fun to make, y'all. So I have it packaged up in this bag, this big bag where I just put some trim, added this little skeleton to it. And I have been dying, oh wait, let me show y'all. Oh, here it is. I have been dying to alter this box. Like, I have been waiting for the opportunity where somebody says, all right, we're gonna do a wood type swat, that I can alter one of these boxes. So first of all, to the side, I added some charms, a bunch of different charms. I did an eek, I did a little ghosty in that one, and this one, I don't know if you can see him, I put a little holographic ghost in that one. And I made this little guy. He's hanging from the side too with the candy. I absolutely love him. I want to make one of these for my craft room. I made the chocolates and added all the little fun things to it. And I love the way it turned out. But to the inside, dun, 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 I added this as I didn't want stuff to slide around. But it is just a big box of fun. So in this little corner here, I did a little lady. I cut her out. She is a stamp from Michaels. This year was part of the Halloween stuff. And I colored her and glittered her hairband, and then I made the frame and glossed her inside of it. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna add these little roses in there with her, because it fits. I made them into charms, and I had them in my stash, so I was like, why not? And then here, uh-oh, it looks like one of my charms fell off, so I need to fix that. This is filled with sequins. This is a sequin mix. So I had a lot of fun making that. I thought that was a cute place to put it. And here, everything is stuck on here with those little glue dots, so they can be taken off. This is a little bag, and I filled it with some Halloween charms. And I made this little guy out. I made him some cream, and I made a little chocolate bar for him. And then these, I made a bunch of flowers because I like to make these. When I first started crafting again, these were one of the first things that I would make. So I had fun making these, and I made them in a bunch of different fun centers, did some eyeballs. I thought that that would be cute for Halloween. And then in this one, I made this little wreath, this little Halloween wreath that would be fun to pop on a project or a card. It has little spiders and ghosts and sequins and 2 different types of pipe cleaner I used for that one. So I'm gonna put that back there. And then here, I did this little crate, and in the crate, I made these little candied apples so she can use them as embellishments or turn them into charms or whatever she wants to do for her fall crafting. But I thought it would be cute to package them with this little hay and a little fall looking packaging. And then next, I did just some die cuts, 2 different die cuts. Let me pull out this bag of fun. So I did this little witch. I thought she turned out really pretty. She also, this is also a, I think, is this, no, this one wasn't a Stampin' Die. I got this one on Amazon actually a few months ago, way before Halloween, on sale. But I glittered her up on the bottom, and I added little stars to her little cauldron that she's carrying, and I thought she turned out precious. And then this is a tree, and I glittered it up for that one. And then just a little pumpkin, and then for, a rose. And this one was a Michael's ones. These are Michael's stamps, these ladies. But I did color one for her and glittered her white. And then I left some just plain, so that way she can do whatever color that she wants to do, whatever theme she's using or whatever. If she wants to use it, then all she has to do is make it the color that she wants. I'm gonna put these cookies back in my bag really quickly. This was fun to make though. I would like to do this again in a different theme. So I have those. And then I did a set of cards, because I think cards are always fun to get because, you know, you always have to make a card to go with something. So I just always think it's appropriate, so I always make a card. So this is the first one that I made. They're just tiny little cards. This is the first one, and it has a spider with this pretty stone in it. This was a die from Michael's, and I did this gold trim. And then I did this little ghosty. I die cut him out of that holographic material and then added these pretty jimmies to that one. And then I did another creepy bug. And he's also part of that die set. The spider is from Michael's, and I thought he was pretty. So pretty all jazzed up for Halloween. So I added some sequins and jimmies there and some ribbon, and I added this sweet little thing to the middle on him and some more sequins on the bottom. As you can tell, I'm going with this kind of a glammy Halloween theme. And then I did this ghost. She's so precious with a little bow in her hair with the black and white. So I made those, and I really had fun making those. But I'm gonna wrap them back up really quickly. Again, fast forward me if you want. I just want to get it back in there. So I made those. And then into this one, I did some die cuts. So I labeled each of the bags Bones Costume Shop, and they all have something different. So I use these little envelopes, and I printed the little labels, and I did Velcro here, and I die cut the, what is it called? The die set that I used was the Anna Griffin one, and it came with the hanger die, so I wanted to incorporate that. I thought it was fun. I didn't want to just do the envelopes of stuff. So this is the first one that I did. I cut it out in gold and then the glossy white, and the little glasses I cut out and added some little beads, and then I added a stick that I wrapped up to put in its hand, like it's going to a little masquerade ball. And then this is her pumpkin, the same colors, and then I put on all of these pretty little flat backs on that one. So that's the first one. Put it back in here gently. And then you see, that's the envelope. And then the middle one, it's themed black and red. Still Bones Costume Shop, and I used a different hanger on this one because the one in the middle I wanted to use these little metal hangers I had. So I used that hanger on the middle one. And to this one is Dracula's outfit. That's what I call it anyway. So that I added the red Jimmy here and some red stones and then some red flowers in its hand. And then this is the bucket that I made for that one. Let me stick this one back in here. And then the last one I made is this one. It's silver and black, so I'm assuming that my costume is kind of in that color range. And here's this one. I used this fun purple color and popped on the little buttons on it. And then this is the bucket for that one. So cute. With all the little flat backs, purples, and I like these. These are glass. I'm gonna put this one back up. And then I have one more thing to share inside this box with you. My Halloween box of fun. And so the last thing I did was this guy here. So I made this little pedestal here out of, I think I did it out of chipboard and dowels, and then I used some spacers and beads to make it look like a real little cake stand. So I created the little ghosty and pumpkins and candy all out of clay that you see on here. And then that little frame is from Michael's, and I made it a frame that sits and put in some scrapbook. I did have a cutout small enough to stick in there. And then I just added a book. It's actually a charm, and it's a Hocus Pocus charm, and I added that to it as well. But that is it, and I hope you enjoyed my project share, and I hope that you all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.